It doesn't really make me twitch. Yeah, it doesn't make me twitch that much. Alright, so for those of you that don't know, TMS is typically used for treatment-resistant depression, treatment-resistant anxiety and OCD, etc. So I'm currently in Chiang Mai, Thailand, and I found this TMS treatment. However, I was expected to do accelerated TMS, and I just went with it, which means that you do double the sessions. You do 3 in one day. This is my 8th day, meaning it's my 22nd session. 22nd to 24, because I do 3 a day. So as soon as you come in, there's these little blood pressure things. I always take mine out here because the one that they have back in the TMS place always pops off. It's just not meant for girls with muscles. Just like a little bit of nausea, like yeah, a little bit nausea. So before each session, they usually ask how I've been feeling since the last one. Yes, I've noticed like more irritability. I'm like extremely irritable. So at this point in my treatment, I'm starting to feel very irritable. Like every time I wake up, I'm mad as hell. Every time I go to sleep, I'm mad. Like I just started to feel really irritable, and I was starting to get worried. Like, yo, we're almost at the end. You know, it stresses me out that symptoms are still this prevalent, especially extra symptoms. But I also have hope that this is gonna work by the end of my treatment, and maybe like even some weeks after. I've read that it can take 2 to 4 weeks even after it's done to start fully kicking in. So I have hope. Also, I reported like how irritable I was, and then the doctor that day, because you have like a different doctor every single day, at least for my treatment, and he was like, that's probably not because of TMS. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, it started the day I started TMS. Like, I'm more irritable, and especially doing an accelerated version, you know, it would make sense. But he was like, oh, that symptom's not a part of that, so you should just talk to your doctor, which was a bit invalidating, and it was giving America, but a little bit like, you know, more depression. Yeah. So I'm not really seeing like the good effects from it yet. Sorry, could you repeat that?
Do you feeling unwell or depressed or discouraged?
Yeah, often. I'm gonna keep it 100. One of the cons about getting treatment done in another country is that there is that language barrier. Like, yes, they speak English, and yes, they can understand enough, but if you ever wanted to go into detail about what's actually going on, I don't think they would understand me. And I don't blame them for that. Like, I wish I knew more Thai before I did this treatment, but I'm just keeping it real. There is a language barrier, and it is kind of scary. Also, it was funny because they could never fit this thing off on my afro, and I should have put it in a bun, but I ain't had no eco gel, so. Another part of being in Thailand is you're limited to black girl hair products. They were so funny and respectful. Like, they didn't make me feel any sort of way that my hair was so big that the cap wouldn't fit on. They just got me a bigger one and just kept trying, and we were, you know, laughing together. They weren't laughing at me. Like, it was just, I love Thai people. So at this point in TMS, I have one more session left, but I'm reflecting on the time in this video, and I would say sessions 8 to 24 were absolutely miserable with the, I'm not even gonna keep saying irritable, I'm gonna say aggressive, like genuinely fucking aggressive I felt. And I know it was from TMS because not only am I doing a procedure that's messing with the chemicals in my brain, not messing, that sounds bad. Sorry about the kids in the back. I'm by the pool by my condo. So pretty out here. I know it was from TMS because you're not only doing a procedure that is changing the chemicals in my brain or activating them more, whatever the science is, but you're doing it in an accelerated version. The doctor trying to be like, that's not from TMS. Baby, yes it is. And I'm not talking about no like, oh, I wake up a little grumpy, a little sad. No, I woke up wanting to punch a wall. Like, I was actually really fucking angry. It didn't stop until recently. I would say around 23 session. I would say around session 24 is when I noticed the irritability coming down. Like, I was going crazy trying to cope with it. I was like, am I gonna have to get my meds upped, or like what's gonna happen, because this is too much aggression for me. So that's a big symptom that I noticed that I didn't see a lot about on social media, but I did find plenty of information about it online, so I know I'm not tripping. The nausea wasn't that bad. Like, I did have nausea, but it wasn't bothering me to like the point of having to take medication for it. I feel like that was my biggest symptom, was like the aggressiveness. One day I did cry during TMS. I'll make a separate video about that. But yeah, this is my first video on TMS. I chose to do my 8th session as a video, or sorry, my 8th day, but like my 20 something session. Sorry, it's a little confusing when you're doing the accelerated version. I'm using this treatment for my treatment resistant symptoms that I've had since like the ripe age of 12, and I've tried so many medications. There have been some slightly successful medications, but not enough for me to feel like I'm living my daily life like everybody else. I don't feel that way. I feel like I still struggle. And so I found this treatment after doing some research and seeing it on TikTok and stuff like that. I also took a look at ECT, and I was like, I'm gonna try TMS first. I'm gonna make a lot more videos about the sessions I had during TMS, the experiences with the doctor. If you have any questions, comment, like, subscribe, and stay tuned to my TMS journey. It's beautiful here.